rising. Good day. And good night. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to 144 from the stars. Tarot. Let's go ahead and give Odin a treat. Here you are, sir. Thank you so much for being here. We love you so much. All right. The totem for this message is going to be a blood red glider. All right. I do have some word that I'm going to share with you all. I'm going to be reading from the book of Revelation. I'm going to be reading from chapter 12. I'm going to start at verse 7, and then I'm going to read till verse 17. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil, and Satan, which deceives the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our Elohim and the power of his Mashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our Elohim day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. And they loved not their lives to the death. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come to you, having great wrath, because he knows that he has but a short time. And when the dragon saw that he was cast to the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the male child. And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time and times and a half a time for the face of the serpent. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth. And the dragon was angry with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which guard the commandments of Elohim, and have the testimony of Yahushua HaMashiach. I wonder how that story ends. All right, it has been a while since I have shared any artwork on here, mainly because I just have been too busy to have time to sit down and draw or paint. So I will share some artwork with you guys real quick, simply because it's been a while. This is a rough sketch draft for a painting. I am currently working on Trina's painting. This is the rough sketch draft for my painting. It's going to be like a double exposure kind of painting of I don't know, try to like paint your soul on a canvas, right? It's got so many layers and dimensions to it. So anywho, let's go ahead, let's pull a Moonology card. Let's go ahead and get started. I hope you all are doing well. What do you need to release? Waning moon, and then meditate and contemplate. the void. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna share some information while I'm shuffling the oracle for this message as well. Those of you may have noticed that there has been a bit of a tense energy in the air. Don't worry, you're not the only one to notice it or be affected by it. Those of you may have also noticed that you've been very fatigued. Many of you may be getting flashes, integrations, memories. So basically what I sense is coming, and I think this is a big roll call, okay? So there's a lot tied to this. There's also a massive timeline split going on, and I do kind of feel like there's like 2 to 3 main timelines that are kind of splitting off. One of them being the highest, one of them not being as bad, one of them being like extremely dark and hella avoidable. Okay, we're not repeating that shit, so screw that timeline. Not even really going to speak on it much. So yeah, that's part of the tension you're feeling. That's also part of the exhaustion. Many of you are key holders. You are frequency key holders. So you are holding the space within the collective mind, the collective consciousness, within the energy for the highest timeline. So if it is exhausting right now, that's because literally everything is pulling at everything right now, because there's like a splitting timeline war right now. Okay. There is a darker energy. I mean, we saw it in the scripture. Woe to the inhabitants of earth and sea, because the devil is going to have this big fucking hissy fit because it's mad that it knows its time is limited. So don't get caught up in the fear mongering. Don't get caught up in the things in the media. I have mentioned in a recent video, there are certain things that are not what they appear to be. On the higher in the spiritual, there's something else going on, and I know the enemy wants to convince people that, and it's so they can trap them in a negative timeline. Do not give in to that. Continue to hold a sacred space for yourself and for others. Maintain that high frequency. Do everything you can to hold this, your attention to unity, to love, to the timeline you want to manifest. Do not listen to the things that are telling you about all this awful shit. You're just going to manifest it. Don't do it. Don't feed into it. Don't listen to it. Don't give it energy. Okay. There's a big timeline split. Right now is very important to focus on which earth do you want to be on. I'm dead serious. I'm very serious. It's very important. This last summer solstice, it was big. It was big. This year's big. 2025, breaking to a 9, the year of the snake. We're shedding our multi-dimensional skins. All right, this is a lot, okay? All right, so part of this timeline thing, one thing I want to point out is and this is part of the reason why I have a pet peeve of this. And it's because in my previous lifestyles, I have seen that kind of behavior be a very red flag, very big red flag. If something pops up real quick and kind of rushes you to make a decision, I would be very discerning of that. I would also be very discerning of anything artificial trying to tell you that it is divine and higher. Keywords there. Okay. All right. Okay. So the rushing thing. If there is, whether it's in the collective, whether it's in the reality, whether it's the media, whether it's some kind of mindset or belief or perspective or agenda that's being promoted, if it comes the fuck out of nowhere and it's rushing you to kind of jump on board, I would be very hesitant. And I'm going to share some real life experiences with you. I've had people, yeah, man, I can help you. Let's go, blah, 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 blah. But it's got to be fast. It's got to be fast. Next thing you know, I'm gasping for air. I got kicked in the curb. Like I don't trust people that rush. You start fucking rushing me or rushing anyone, rushing a divine energy for anything, like, why are you rushing it? That immediately tells me your intentions are off or something is off. Like, either you're not mature, either you're not ascended, or your energy is literally fucking off. Because why are you trying to get someone to make a quick decision? If your morals were for their highest good, you wouldn't be rushing them. You would want them to make the right decision for themselves. So if something is rushing you to believe something, rushing you to join something, rushing you to do anything, take a step back, huge step back. I've had a lot of deals gone wrong in my past, and it was 9 times out of 10, someone in there was trying to rush something. And I should have picked up on that, because that's a red flag. I've had it with other things. Other people would try to be like, rush, a need from you. Like, they're needy. They need something. I need you to help me, feed into me, pour into me. And I'm like, yeah, why are you fucking rushing this out of me? Why are you expecting this out of me? Why are you? So collective, watch for that. Watch for that. And there's nothing wrong with recognizing a red flag and standing on your boundary. Okay? All right. How they feel about it is on them, but you have a right to preserve yourself. Okay, so I don't want to talk about the third darker timeline. There's a third darker timeline, and it really wants to convince, it's trying to hijack this timeline split and cause people to come from, most people know of the 2 timelines. There is a entity or a dark agenda that is trying to create an even worse, more fucked up timeline. And it's trying to really quickly pull individuals that might be on the A timeline or the B timeline and want to pull them to the C timeline. Fuck that timeline. I mean, seriously, it's bad. But the good thing is, I really think that that's completely isolated, contained, and already won over. I think we're just kind of in the motions of the story being unraveled. And the agenda wants to try to, I don't want anyone to get caught up in that trap, because there's a big timeline war kind of going on right now with information and things. Okay. A lot of this has to do with fear. I know there's some alarming things going on in the world. Do not give into the fear of it. Okay. I have mentioned that there are certain things that are not what they appear to be, and there is a deeper agenda or a deeper force going on. There have been certain attacks. Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. There have been certain attacks. All right. I want to let you know that what you are not being told, what the media is not talking about, they're talking about all this, bullshit to promote the same mentality. But what's going on behind the scenes that they're not fucking telling you about is what those attacks were really after. Okay? They were after quantum information, hybrid DNA, technology, advanced technology, quantum information. Okay? Very advanced technology. Now, some of these agendas are echoes of something that got shut the fuck down from it in Atlantis time. I don't know. For some reason, you start bringing up that and whatever. You already know. So, yeah, we're just going to say it like that. Echoes of a similar agenda. Yeah, we're not letting them do any of that. But okay, so anyways, and that's why I feel like there's all of a sudden this quick rush to trick people to fall into an even falser, darker reality. And it's because of the attacks were successful. So there were recent attacks. The attacks were the light was after the technology, the quantum information. There were tunnels. There were bases. There were labs. There was when I say hybrid DNA, hybrid extraterrestrial humanoid DNA, y'all. I'm dead serious. Not even quantum information. I don't have the best vocabulary. I don't know how better to put it, but I'm really trying to ice the cake here with as few words as possible. That's the information. That's what was being after. This dark entity group, whatever you want to call it, right? A shadow force, there's a word for it that ends in ball. So, they wanted to play ball. Let's play ball, right? So they tried to do the same shit again. And I think this was connected to like a technology that got shut down. I channeled in another message. I channeled something about like a big eye, a laser, like it was bad. So this attempt to create this even darker timeline is a retaliation because they know their time is running out. They know their time is running out because we just took, like these attacks were very successful. The light is winning. The light has won. Like that's why there's this anger and tension and wrath is trying to pull. Look, it knows its time is running out. Okay. All right. I mentioned I didn't want to talk too much about the darker third timeline, and I won't, but I will just say some key things just so you can understand how controlled and dark that timeline in reality is. So many people are already aware of a transhumanistic movement, which is to merge humans with technology. This darker timeline that I've picked up on is trying to take that a way big step further, and they don't know how to do it. So basically, our ability to connect with God, our ability to connect with our higher selves, our ability to channel the divine is a superpower that this other entity or force or consciousness, intelligence, whatever you want to fucking call it, has been after for a long time. This is part of the reason of what happened in Atlantis and why there was some fucked up technologies going on. They were trying to literally crack the gene code within our DNA so they could harness it and literally play God. They're trying to do this shit again, but this time they're trying to fucking override the entire planet and basically turn it into an AI cyborg. I say fuck that, fuck no. Gaia's a free bird, okay? Okay. So, yeah, just to give you a little bit of an idea, it would really be a matrix within a fucking matrix. There's a lot to it, but I just don't want to get into it. That's crazy. Many people know about like the timeline A and the timeline B, which is like New Earth, and then the other one. But there's like, they realize that they're running out of time, that they tried to like plan C. Like, we got to go for it because this is our last chance. And basically what I understand of it is they know that their time was running out, and they know that Earth would have been like basically next to impossible to accomplish because of what Earth is, which is so beyond what most of us understand. But the dark still thought like, if we could succeed on Earth, then we would have everything we need to take over the rest of the universe and the galaxy. Like, this is literally the fucking mindset, the mentality of this entity that was, all right. So anyways, part of what they were using against us has just been taken. Completely taken. Now, this has kind of is happening. Look, time is crazy right now, and the timelines right now. Okay. Now, another thing about this, and some of you may already be seeing this, there's like another universe, like a parallel world, a parallel universe or something, another dimension, another reality that we're like touching or overlapping or like, and I think that's part of the tension in the collective air, the tension. I picked up on that tension. It's part of this vibrating till they split with this space-time splitting of two. Oh yeah, wow, nauseating almost. But yeah, there's something else about that pressure is we have ascended and jumped many like quantum leaps and timelines. And I think while we are like have been ascending through, I mentioned something about like wormholes or portals or something like that in recent readings or something along those lines. And like, I don't know, maybe through this like portal or wormhole thing that we're kind of like traveling through as we ascend through the multiverse, like we may have kind of came in close contact with an entire another universe. And like, I'm feeling its energy. There's something so weird about the veil right now. Like, things are, I don't know. So like if you're picking up on phenomenon, you're not the only one. Like if you're seeing things that like you are driving and then like out the side of the corner of your eye, you literally see an entire structure or a landscape or a whole nother world kind of like in color or light and like almost like a hologram or something like in a way. Um, a translucent or transparent, maybe like it's not completely opaque or solid as ours, but then when you turn and look at it, it goes away or disappears or whatever, or you see like distortions, or like literally you look up in the sky and you're seeing mirage or something, or you see, look, you're not the only one and you're not crazy. I just think, you know, physics are getting kind of funny. And this is reminding me, some of you that like science and physics, you know, the faster and faster you get to the speed of light, the more the physics of our reality just kind of break down. Just throwing some food for thoughts out there, right? To kind of make sense of all of this. All right, so there's that crazy agenda with the timeline. The good thing is many of you are space holders, key holders. We're already anchoring in the higher. Like the light has won. Like I want to make that very clear. The dark is throwing a temper tantrum because it's pissed off because some recent attacks have, you know, confiscated and kicked their booties out of some places, and has, you know, taken the toddler's toys away from them, and is throwing a tantrum because it wanted to use those toys to hurt us, and that's not allowed. Okay. There was something else. Oh yeah, the year 2025, breaking to a 9, the year of the snake, shedding the multidimensional skins till we enter our, almost said elastic self. Are we like snapping into ourselves? That's interesting. It's almost like each molted layer of our dimensional carnality or self. Notice I say carnality, like incarnate, like multi-dimensional. Look, so I'd mentioned earlier that some of you may have been very exhausted or tired recently, and part of this, especially if you've been getting visions, memories, flashes, emotions, bits and pieces, things kind of coming in. What is going on is you are merging with your higher consciousness. Now, in order to even one, get to this point, you have to do a fuck ton of healing, a lot of healing and a lot of shadow work. You basically have to clear all your karma. You have to clear all your wounds. You have to heal, forgive, and cleanse and release everything from this life. And then you got to get deeper and deeper and deeper. And when you are now that deep in your inner work, in your path, this is where comes into play, what I'm talking about now. Okay. So then in order for your higher self to completely merge, you have to integrate all your other incarnates. All your other incarnates, you're integrating them. That's what's going on. That's why you're fucking exhausted. That's why you're getting bits and pieces of things. That's why you could sleep for like 12, 14 hours and still wake up like, ugh. I think that's also kind of, all right, I think there's a lot of things going on. And I think that's part of the 144,000 kind of roll call energy going on. All right. I do feel this energy, like there is elected ones in the collective that by the end of this year, we will be fully integrated into our higher selves. Woo, like celebration, jump up and cheer. Like those of you that really, that message was for, I hope your soul like lit up and hooray. Like that's a huge liberation. That's a big thing to state, to be on earth and fully integrated with your higher self, healed, whole, anointed. It's a thing, y'all. People haven't seen it in a very long time. They're about to. That's part of that reflection of the higher into the lower I mentioned in a recent reading, that's what we are. We are that reflection, the awakening, like, hey, you're God too, wake up. So yeah, there's some big things coming. So those of you that are holding this space for this higher timeline, you are going to be going through probably the most ahead of time because you're preparing the space for others. You know, you're holding the space for others. You guys are going to be activators. Now, what I love about this is how the game changers, like it's like, so by the end of this year of 2025, breaking to a 9, so we have this energy of change, right? Massive change, and then it's all coming to a completion. And with this snake, you know, we're shedding all these skins. We're basically, to sum up the energy, you're shedding all of your multi-dimensional selves integrating all your different incarnates, healing everything that comes with it, and integrating all the wisdom, the knowledge, the talents, you're going to know your truthful self. Yeah, it's big. It's like that. It's really like that. And so by the end of the year, this transformation will be complete. Yep, literally, dead serious, so serious. By 2026, the individuals that completed that transition, that initiation, will already be connecting with their galactic selves, their family. Like it'll be contact, it'll be new stars in every single industry possible in this world. We will have ascended 144 in position, creating the new world of that. So yeah, and big things are coming, big changes are coming. This is where a lot of this breakthrough, abundance, and like it's going to be crazy, because God is, I mean, look, if you were putting someone on the job and you were an infinite being, you would make sure that they had all the information, all the resources, all the power, all the, protection that they needed. Okay. So God's the best employer. Okay. God's got the best, package, the best insurance policy, the best life policy. Like, God's the best employer. God's going to take care of you. Okay. God's putting you on a job. You have to integrate in order to take on this job. You have to be fully integrated into your highest self. In order to do that, you had to be on this long journey up till now. You had to do all this healing, all this, blah, 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 blah. You already know. And then here we are. When you pop on through to the other side, hello, you're going to be there standing, anchored, grounded, rooted, waving for others. Hey, this is your stop. Get off on your stop. This is your destination. It's going to be like that. It really is. All right. What do you need to release, meditate, and contemplate? Like I said, right now, there's a merging, or there's a timeline's emerging. There really might be something with that other universe, dimension, that other energy. It's massive. It's like, I don't know if you've ever felt two planets come near each other, and like the force of the two faces almost like impacting, but it's a lot of mass, a lot of gravitational pull to it. So I don't know if anyone else is feeling that or not, but okay. But all right. With all these timelines kind of going on right now, and we're splitting, it's very important to be mindful of what you're focusing on. So let go and release anything that's not in alignment with your highest timeline. What earth do you want to be on? What life do you want to live? Then focus on anything and everything that's in alignment with that, and let go of anything that is opposition to that. So that, little nagging, critic, negative voice that you may or may not have experienced in your head, that thing needs to shut up, especially right now, because we don't have time for that. We need to focus on the energy we want to experience, because a lot of things are shifting right now. All right, it's like we're in I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting energy. All right. Whew, poised, in position, in alignment. 4-8. We're getting in alignment. Like it is and isn't. There's those that are, and there's those that aren't. There's so much going on right now. There's so much like in betweens. Okay. I'm going to pull from this deck over here. I have noticed when I've pulled from this deck, I have had people ask me in the comments, and then I don't know if I've remembered to get to all of them. Some of them I had, but I'm going to go ahead and speak on it now. This deck is called Magic the Gathering. It's an oracle deck, and it's by Otter. And there's the box to it. So if that interests you, there you are. All right. What would you like the collective to know? Thank you so much. Feeding on the past. That thing is, look at it. That's not a friendly critter, Okay? All right, not so friendly critter. Nature, Gaia. It's like I said, some of you heard loud and clear some of the things I tried to say without saying. Some of you already heard it. So, like, literally, loud and clear, the unknown. We ain't having that shit happen, okay? That is really interesting. How do I put that? It's like Gaia, like the soul or the spirit of our planet, and I know there's many different names, depending on what you're. And if you have information on that, you're more than welcome to share it. But I gotta just keep this short and concise, for simplistic sake. She's anointing and selecting like her people. I don't know how to put this, but it's kind of like she's incarnating in them. Like all right, and I have mentioned that our planet is like the bride of Christ, Sophia, Yeshua, stuff like that. So it's kind of that kind of thinking. It's literally like it's Mashiach. Like it's just I haven't seen it illustrated and shown to me in this way and this, so I'm kind of like sitting on it and processing it for a second. But it basically feels like Earth is incarnating herself within her anointed chosen host vessels, those her children. There's a lot of like power and ability, and like that's crazy. That's really crazy. That's really, really, really crazy. So, and that's going to be kind of fun to see. And I think that's part of the whole, like the difference between the old world and the one that the divine one we're creating. So, I had mentioned in in a recent reading, I had said something about like, it kind of feels like to me, like the energy's trying to tell me that the world's a demon and that it's been manipulating people. Now, mind you, when I said that, I wasn't saying that our planet was a demon. I meant like the world, I don't know, the matrix, not the planet. Okay, so people in the previous matrix that was ruled by this demon or darker entity, however you want to call it, the devil or whatever, we had seen in the past what happened when the devil had his elected and chosen ones of that world, of that reality. And, we basically had, islands and parties and tunnels and demonic celebrities and rituals, and they ruled the world, right? I think y'all get the point. Well, that order's over. That it's done. It's completely done. It's pissed. It's mad, and it remembers what happened last time when it got shut down, and it's trying to take some things with it. It's just there's a lot going on. All right. Anyways, so now that we are in the new world, God's world, this new kingdom, God's kingdom on earth, God is the authority of this world. The world is no longer a false matrix. It's actually the divine creation. So instead of it being the devil having like, its people as the stars and leaders, Sophia Christ is going to have her children as the new leaders. And literally the divine mother and father energies of the higher and like all the like it's a lot. It's a convergence. It's a like all is one. Like that's one thing that I don't know if everyone fully understands, but all is one. Even though I'm an individual and I'm experiencing an individual experience, it's still mind-boggling to take in the fact that still yet all is one. And that's kind of my point here, you know. It's like the power that we're going to have. Like we already saw the old story, the old narrative of when there's a false world and there's this power that runs the false world and it gives people power and they run the world. And we saw that. We saw what that looked like. We saw that story. We saw that narrative. We saw how that playwright ended. Okay. Well, now we're in the new song, the new celestial dance from the sun. And this is a divine order. This is divine structure, hierarchy, order. Okay. It's ordained. So now the ruler of the world is divine. So now the people that are actually rising up are anointed and divine. It's going to be very different. And the power that you're going to see is going to be very different. It's going to be something people haven't seen before. And that's what that 144 roll call, that's what you're being prepared for, to show the world what they haven't seen before. You're preparing the world to see. But take that one on for a second. For what we have not seen before. That's what you're being prepared for. Okay, so, yeah. Look at that. Look at that. It's literally, I don't know. I feel like the scripture that we opened up with was probably a good choice. Probably a good choice. Yeah, I mean, earth opened up and swallowed the flood from the dragon that was intended to harm. Yeah, like this is wild energy. And she's got her bow. There is something, this energy of like, is this like, it's all this one. It's a divine, I have mentioned in a previous reading that God literally does not care about religion, and it's extremely true. And I know I read from the Bible, but that's not a religious thing for me anyways. I don't see it as that. It's just the word. But, yeah, I don't know. There's energies are merging. Okay. So like I had mentioned a name of like an old archetypical god, from an older world, I'm literally feeling all of these merging into one archetype. I don't know how to explain it, but it's what it feels like. I'm literally feeling like Venus, Artemis, like Hermes. I'm feeling like all of these archetypical energies, all these divine energies merging with Earth, birthing. What the fuck? I'm sorry, the words, I couldn't say it. It was hard. The energy was like, it was hard to come out with words for it. And I think I'm starting to understand something I said a lot a year ago. It came through a lot. I think it was like last summer or maybe even longer than that. And I was still learning how to channel. I'm still learning how to channel. Still very new to this. But anyways, I was saying something about a merging of the old and the new. And I was bringing that up a lot. And I couldn't fully grasp what was going on. And I've had some downloads that came through that felt, profound at the time. And now we're a few seasons from that, and I'm getting it. We're removing the false. So it's just emergence of the truth. There's no more illusion. There's no more confusion. There's no more division or derision or delusion. Like it's one. It's divine. It's aligned. It's arised. It's in position, and it's authority. It is the authority, and it's life, and it's blessed, and it's abundant. Like, it's, how do I'm trying to find, like, I have a really good understanding of this, and I don't know how to word my understanding of this energy. Okay, so many people have understood, I mentioned earlier that, God doesn't care about religion. It's all about your relationship with God, it's what in your heart, come back to source. And many religions are kind of like, I don't know, understandings of the same thing. So it's like people are all kind of looking at the same thing and then, writing what they think it is or what they observed it to be, where they thought or understood it to be, or received or perceived or whatever. And then, somewhere along the line, someone came in and like divided all of it and said it was all separate. But no, there may be some things that might not be fully in alignment with the truth, but there's truth in all of it. And I don't know, there's just something about things that aren't truth falling away and things that are truth completely uniting, because it was whole from the beginning. Like, the illusion of the truth not being whole is gone. So like, if you were drawn to, like, I don't know, mythology, like archetypes, planets, like if you were if you had any calling or interest in like different pantheons, different religions, different deities, different gods or goddesses, or any of it, like, I want you to know it's all one. And like, what I really love about it is like it rising as one, it being united and anointed and appointed as one, it being incarnated and breathed as one. Like, okay, it's going to be very powerful. Like, this is crazy. DNA is unlocking, like DNA. Okay. All right. Like, what the hell is the enemy gonna do when your DNA has completely unlocked its divine genome, expressing the whole truth of what we are? I am the stars, the heavens, the moon. I am the water. I am the trees. I am the mountain. I am the rock. I am the soil. I am the ant. I'm the dirt. I'm the dog. I am that I am. Like, and when that your DNA unlocks that understanding, there's no separation between you and all around you. I don't think people fully understand the kind of power that will come with that. And that's going to change the world. And that's why this little hungry, like, vampire beast thing is fighting like hell to try to like create this false timeline. It's just, it don't matter. It really don't matter. I really like that energy though. I really like seeing like the merging of God's children, Gaia's children. And like, I don't know how to explain it. It was literally the earth incarnated in her children. Like, we are Gaia's children. We are the stars. Like, there's so much to this. I really love how it's unity. But this unity is physical too. Like, it's the higher is the physical now. Like, it's, I don't know how else to explain it. Yeah, I really don't know how else to explain it. It's the laws of our reality are going to change because of this. Because we're in a higher density of awareness. Our reality no longer conforms to the preset rules that were based on a lack of knowing, a lack of knowledge, a lack of light, a lack of consciousness, a lack of awareness, a lack of gnosis. So because of that, we believed these limiting rules, but we didn't realize we're beyond all those rules. I don't know. Now we're realizing, now our body realizes it. That's what's crazy about it. It's one thing to know something, but then like your body can't do it. Like, your DNA is still cut off. Like, imagine God turned off your DNA for your, I don't know, let's say you have perfect memory of being able to levitate, but God turned off your DNA of being able to levitate, but allowed you to fully remember the experience, the sensation, the muscle memory. But every time you tried, you knew you could do it, you still couldn't. This is different. This is different. This isn't just knowing you can do it. This is your body is the knowledge. I amp that truth. Like it's unifying. Like we are, this is so crazy. I don't know how else to word it. All right. Is there anything else that wants to come through on this? The warrior, generosity, Helia. I'm really feeling this energy of unity. If I try to explain it in other ways, someone's going to get misunderstood. But like ultimately, it is like a merging of consciousness. It's a merging of consciousness. It's a merging of awared I ams that are aware that, oh, we are the same I am. Yes, we are. We are one. We are all. Like, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't know what else to say or do, but like this power, this magic of the mind, these mental reflections. Look, if you've been tired or exhausted recently, yeah, I understand why. Like, it's what we are integrating into. You're literally holding the vessel in space for God, Gaia, Sophia, Christ to incarnate in you. You are it. It is you. You're waking up to who you are. You are, oh my God. I could scream. I could. Memories. That's what I'm talking about. That subconscious, unconscious mind taking a stand, okay? This is crazy. This is like literally all the divine beings kind of merging, like the archetypes, like the sun gods, the planet gods. So like the gods that are associated with all the different planets, the gods that are associated with the suns, the gods that are associated with the moons, like anything that is false about them is completely dissolving into the light. And the only thing that remains is the truth. And the truth is all is one. All right. Cool. I think we should probably leave this here. Let's pull a little Torah. Is there anything else? Focus on love. I can't stress that part enough about right now. Only give energy, focus, and awareness on the highest timeline possible. Right now, especially. Please and thank you. Thank you for your service to the collective. I love you. God bless you. I'm going to go ahead and leave this reading here. If you like the way that I read, please be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. I greatly appreciate each and every single one of you. I will see you on the next collective message.